Hi, everybody. My name is Kamila Kuc, and I'm a course leader for BA Honors Film and Screen Studies here at LCC. And I am here today to tell you a little bit about our course. So, BA Film and Screen Studies is a unique, distinctive course about the practice of film curation, film programming, and film distribution. And it's currently the only course in the country, I believe, on the BA level that teaches the art of curation, programming, and distribution. So we are definitely a unique course. So we specialize in curation, programming, distribution, but also exhibition of screen media. We teach our students how to design live events, something we call added value. And generally, the students in our course will engage in what we call a cultural production. Students will also study historical and critical debates about screen media. Our key values are intersectionality, so we engage in a variety of different disciplines. There's definitely a strong element of critical thinking, critical studies on our course. We're very connected, film festivals, cultural institutions. We have collaborations and partnerships with. Collaboration is one of our key values because media world is really built on collaboration. One cannot really create a film without collaboration, and one cannot curate films unless films are made. We also are very interested in media activism. We engage in anti-racist studies, feminism, feminist studies, LGBTQ, positive studies, neurodiversity, disability, and cultural politics. For those of you who might not be so familiar with film curation, and I will talk a little bit more about it later, curating and programming landscape is constantly changing, it's constantly evolving. And to that end, we keep in touch with the latest development, here exemplified by two books that came out in the last couple of years about curatorial practices and the changing nature of art institutions. So we keep up with the latest discourses. So to curate, simply put, means to choose and organize with care, choose and organize materials, films, could be paintings. It really, to us, it means selecting and looking after the items. So it isn't just about putting programs of films together. It also taking care of, it also means taking care of how the films are being distributed, how they're being represented. And to that end, our students often engage in the creation of what we call added value events. So sometimes there might be a film screening, and after a film screening, there will be a Q&A with the director or the crew. There might be a workshop. And in this way, we are able to, as curators and programmers, our students are able to reach target audiences. This is an example of one of the, I think, most interesting world curators, Cecilia Alemani, who was the curator for the Venice Biennale 4 years ago, I think. So her job is probably a top curator's job that everybody would want, but this is possible for our students. That's the training that we're giving them. So yeah, I encourage you to look at her profile to understand a little bit more about what curation is. So curation also, to curate also means to select, organize, and present online content, merchandise, information using professional and expert knowledge. So for example, when you look at Netflix, choices are very personalized. They're carefully curated. So when you watch a particular film, you have more films recommended based on the films you've watched. So that's a carefully curated content. There's a lot of other platforms such as Classicy or Mubi, where the content is carefully organized for the viewer. Amazon, people who bought this also might be interested in this. That's also curation. It's understanding, curation is very much about understanding audiences. So in that respect, it has quite a lot to do with actually marketing, if you think about it. So our course is taught through a variety of lectures, seminars, workshops, tutorials, individual or group. We have a lot of screenings. Students engage in a lot of presentations, pitches. We have lots of visiting speakers. We also attend film festivals, archives, and have regular gallery visits. And students are also involved in being trained in technical workshops. This is just a very basic structure. Probably won't mean that much to you at the moment, but just to say that each year is based on 120 credits scenario. And yeah, we've just recently reapproved the course, so it's a new version of the course where the transition from year one to the second year and the third year is a little bit smoother, much more smoother, I would say. And the students can really see how they build on skills from year 1 to year 2 and year 3, and that's how we arrange the entire degree. So on our course, you will be studying global and historical and contemporary critical perspective on screen media. Our curriculum is very diverse. You will be exploring modes of ethical and sustainable curation and programming, as well as distributing and exhibiting films. You'll be engaging in practical curating tasks alongside writing of essays or film reviews. Curators write catalog texts, exhibition catalog texts very often, so you do need to know how to write. And you will be making an essay film on your year 2. And the course is taught by industry specialists, which is important. We're all active filmmakers and curators, so we're constantly keeping in touch with what's going on in the industry. So we're looking for students who have passion for film and cinema studies. A lot of our students are aspiring filmmakers who wish to gain knowledge of how the film industry works before they embark on, for example, MA in documentary filmmaking, which is where a lot of our students end up going. Our students also are trained to become future cultural producers, so film critics, curators, programmers, and distributors. So it would be helpful if you had an interest in at least one of those areas. And a lot of our students work for different organizations who do engage in the production of film and screen media events, organizing screenings, Q&As, like I said, and various other events. If you want to look at our past projects, you can find us on Instagram, FASE, our Face platform, where students upload their third-year projects. So this is, for example, a project from 2023 that students have created and exhibited at the ICA in London. So it's a series of curated events. Okay, so our students in the past few years have curated programs and events for the London Community Video Archive. They published reviews of films for various festivals, for example, Alchemy Film and Moving Image. Like I said, they've created projects for FASE. They've also engaged with Open City Documentary Festival. We have an ongoing partnership with London Short Film Festival, which is a leading festival in London, where our students curate programs for it. They write for the festival. So yeah, the students write essays on media topics. Subjects ranged from music videos to feminist film theory to experimental film. And students can also make video essays on the second year. So our core team is quite small. It's myself, Ed Webingle, and Gracia Ramirez. All of us, like I said, are deeply embedded in the contemporary film industry. Ed is a filmmaker, film historian, writer, curator. Gracia is also a filmmaker and a film theorist. And I am primarily a filmmaker who occasionally curates stuff. So we also, apart from our core team, we invite a lot of guest lecturers, guest speakers. Here we have, for example, Onyeka Igwe, Xian Fan, Ash Sharma, and many other international speakers. So often a time we'll have passing filmmakers. Somebody we know will be in London, and we think that they'll be a really interesting resource for our students. So we often manage to invite them in to give a guest lecture. Okay, in terms of graduate employment opportunities, our students are able to get jobs in film programming for cinemas and media festivals. They are also trained to design, produce, and organize public screen media events. So that's something that a lot of media companies are searching for. Of course, the art of curation, that's the main job. And film and digital media production and commissioning. This is something that we've started tapping into a little bit more since last year. So our students are trained in that area too. And of course, distribution. So we've had students in the past working for Mubi, for example, the online independent cinema platform. Students can also become archivists, historians, researchers in screen studies. So you could go into research after our degree. You can become an art critic, film critic, engage in cultural journalism, so writing, blogging, podcasts, of course, PR, social media marketing, publicity as well. We have a number of students exiting our course, ending up working for charities as PR specialists. And of course, a lot of our students also do engage in digital activism for charities and social justice organizations. And one last thing I want to mention, we do, part of our degree is also DPS, which is the Diploma in Professional Studies. So students can take a gap year between year 2 and 3 and go abroad for placements or internships. They get a chance to gain industry experience in a particular area they study. They can strengthen, they show real if they're studying filmmaking, for example, even curation, and build a professional network before they graduate. So students have typically gone to places like Greece, France, China, Thailand, Japan, and we closely at the Film and Screen Studies work closely with the DPS team to make sure that this program is more closely tailored to our studies. So I hope that you will come and join us. If you have any questions, reach out. My email address is on our website. I'm happy to answer any questions. And I hope that you also attend some of our open days in person. Thank you for your time, and I look forward to meeting you. Bye.